what in the heck is going on with Lamar Jackson?
Yeah, let me, so listening to that and some of those post-game press conferences, I think it's a lot more mental right now than it is physical.
Definitely.
And let me start with this. I still fully believe in Lamar Jackson. I think the Ravens, even after that performance, are still legit contenders in the AFC, at least to win the North. Now, I don't know what they're going to do if they get to the playoffs, but I think they can win the division still. But I went back and watched his tape, and the biggest thing that he said is true is his inconsistency right now. And it's not a huge mechanical issue. Where it shows up right now, though, with his mechanics, when he's missing throws, is to the left. He's missing a lot of throws to his left, and that's normally where you miss throws as the right-handed quarterback. Why? Because you have to swing. You're throwing away from your strong side. It's a lot easier to throw to the right. But when I watch his tape, one thing I think that he could do a little bit better, and I'm nitpicking here, this is being critical, is that when you throw to your left as a quarterback, you want to get that left hip open. And I always tell quarterbacks, you don't ever throw right, middle, or left. Everything is a straight throw. Why? Because by the time I get my base there, even throwing to the left, and I make sure I'm lined up with my receiver, it just becomes a straight throw. If I'm throwing to TJ, if I get my base, straight throw. Throwing to Skip, get my base, it all becomes a straight throw. Some of that is mental, but you could tell he's kind of blocking himself a little bit. So now you're working against your body. What you want to do is stay loaded, get that hip open, put your foot when you stride outside of your target so everything's inside your chest. Just make it easy on yourself. It almost turns into, like I mentioned, a straight throw. But his mechanics aren't too far off. And what he said after the game by saying, you know, I need to be more consistent. I'm making these throws in practice. I'm just not making them in the game. That tells me it's mental. And normally you see that from a young quarterback to where they can make them in practice in a controlled environment and they're comfortable. When they get to the game, they have performance anxiety. It's tough for me to say that's what's happening to Lamar because of what he's seen and what he's done in the NFL. But it sounds like right now he just has a mental block to where he's almost aiming the throw and hoping not to miss it instead of staying loaded, firing that back hip like we've seen him do so many times and just letting it rip and playing with confidence and playing with swagger. It's almost as if right now he's anticipating making a bad throw, and that's a tough place to be in as a quarterback. So I hate to see it for him. It's not a huge thing that he has to get corrected. It's not a big fix when it comes to mechanics and mental side of things. You just got to start. It's like a shooter. You got to see a couple go in, start making some of those throws to the left. He made a couple in that game. I thought some of his receivers could have helped him out. But once you get back into a rhythm, it helps. But the biggest thing he has to do right now is protect the football. He really does, man. 0 touchdowns in the last 3 games, multiple turnovers. He's taken 9 sacks. He looks reluctant to take off and run. I don't know if that injury is still lingering a little bit. Just doesn't look as explosive as he's been before. But I still fully believe in Lamar. I think he's going to get it corrected going forward. It's just going to take some reps, and it's going to take him to get out of that hole.
I think he's thinking too much, and it's because there's too much pressure on him. He has to do everything. This is not the young Lamar. Like you say, he doesn't look as explosive. He doesn't look as fast. You know, he's pressing. That's why he doesn't want to take those sacks. He has to make every single play for the Ravens. He doesn't have a George Pickens. He doesn't have a CeeDee Lamb. He never has. He has some good tight ends at times. He has a couple playmakers at times with Flowers, but he causes some game as much as he makes plays, right? He's pressing when Derrick Henry isn't rushing for 150 yards, he has nothing. Derrick Henry ran for 60 yards. Like, they need more from Henry. He's fumbling the ball, giving the game away half the time. So I think it's the pressure, and that goes along to why he's so inconsistent. Because sometimes he will make a miraculous play and be the Lamar Jackson that you've seen in MVP seasons. But other times, he just needs to be like, hey, let me reach back and throw it up to number 3 and know that he's going to come down with the ball like Dak does. Like, he's never had that, and he hasn't had that. And on top of that, his defense sucks. So he knows that he has to stay on the field and make every single play because he puts his defense out there, they're going to give up the game. And they've done it all season. So I don't put this all on Lamar. I never have. And a lot of times, like, people do because they see Superman in Lamar and the plays that he's made in the past. But, you know, as you get older, those legs go. You know, we all know that. They all go. So at some point, he's not going to be able to do that consistently, and he's going to have to rely on his arm. And he's done that in the past because, his passer rate and everything has been everywhere that people expected it to be from a good passing quarterback. But when you don't have a guy that you can look out and say, I can throw this 50-50 ball to and have 80% confidence that he's going to come down with it, it's stressful. It's very stressful, and I blame that on the Ravens. Ravens, why haven't you got this guy number 1 receiver in the draft or in free agency? It's like you won't do it. There's a bunch. Pickens was open. He was free. He was ready to trade. But you know what, Tomlin, he's not going to trade in the same division. We understand that. But you got to get him somebody at some point, right? And his tight ends, they're tight ends at the end of the day. They're not big play guys. They're not going to catch the ball and go somewhere with it. Man, it's just tough
Mark
on Lamar
Andrews
right
is
now.
really good, but he's not going to beat you after catch.
Yeah,
He's a big, strong target, like a security blanket, but he can't hurt you. He can't hurt you down the field after.
He doesn't have a JSN.
No.
He never had a Mike Evans.
They've drafted those guys in the first round.
Yeah, they did. Bad drive. Bad picks.
Yeah.
But you can't deny Lamar struggles in big games. He struggles in big
Well, in the you want to go postseason, he has.
in big games when it matters.
Yeah.
Well,
I feel like this mattered.
Well, he had an opportunity. His tight end dropped the ball for the game last year.
Yeah, he did. That was Mark Andrews.
Mark Andrews, best tight end, dropped the ball, so it's not all on Lamar.
No, not at all.
So I'm not going to make excuses for Lamar. I'm just going to tell you what my eyes tell me. He ain't right.
Yeah.
Something's wrong physically with him. And to that point, you realize he's been on the injury report each of the last 3 weeks for something different than his hamstring. It's been this and this and this. And I keep saying, well, what about his hamstring? Because that's what kept him out for a while. No hamstring on the injury report. He just beat all to hell.
Yeah.
He's taken too many hits. He's not right. And I don't know if he's going to be able to get back right because I've watched him closely now at Cleveland, Jets, and then Bengals last night at home. Jets and Bengals at home. So that's 3 straight games.
Yep.
Here are his numbers cumulative for those 3 games. His QBR composite for those 3 is a 29, scale 0 to 100. Remember, he's won QBR twice in this league. He's got 2 MVPs, could have won 1 last year.
Yeah.
So he's been the PER king. Yeah, not the PER, the QBR king.
QBR, yeah.
And for these 3 games, he's under 200 yards passing a game. He's 0 touchdowns to 3 picks and 2 lost fumbles. This ain't Lamar, man.
That's great.
And he's running for under 3 yards a carry in these 3 games. Okay, those are bad quarterback stats. Those are like Cam Ward-esque kind of stats that would be at the bottom of the barrel. Well, this is Lamar freaking Jackson, and because of that, they barely survived at Cleveland. They had a hard time overcoming the Jets, and then they got run off their own field by the Bengals with the worst defense in pro football until Joe came back.
Yeah.
So I just think he's beat up, and because the movement doesn't look right to me anymore. It's out of sync. It's awkward. It's not confident. It's indecisive. He's fighting his ass off as he always does, and he's like throwing the ball, losing the ball, losing grip. Trying to do too much.
Your number 1 and 2 receivers.
Yeah.
Zay Flowers, 2 receptions for 6 yards. Bateman, 0 catches.
Yeah, it doesn't
Likely
work.
went 5 for 95, but he's been out half the season too.
Yeah.
So he's just now getting him back.
And then he got stripped at the goal line.
Boy, there you go.
Okay.
So I want
there
to
you
do
have
quickly
it.
though from each of you guys because we got to do it quick. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win the North then for the AFC North?
the North?
Yeah. Who do you guys? It's up for grabs right now.
It is.
I need a quick answer.
Ravens.
You
I
think
still got the
Ravens?
Ravens.
I do too.
Yeah.
I think the Ravens still find a way to win.
Dang. You know they played the Bengals again.
Yep.
This Bengals at Buffalo game is just like the Detroit at Dallas. If the Bengals
break.
go beat
Don't say. Are you going to say what I think you're going to say? Skip, say it then.
Love
win
Skip.
out, win the North.
You say the
Why
Bengals win
not?
the North.
Yeah. Why not?
I love it.
Well, I picked them
Jon
before the year, and I'm
Snow
back.
Yeah,
in the
now you're
Bengals.
right.
Hey,
Win the North.
let's go.
And then we get the Cowboys Bengals Super Bowl, right, Skip?
We got a shot.
All right, guys, we got to move on because we got to talk about Shador Sanders'
do.
second.